Здорово. Короче, думал, что это сайд-квест с вот этим Себастьяном. Но нет.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for
У
your
меня вроде должен
time.
быть.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends were talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to. Hope they know what they're doing.
Блин, какая же скорость. Да еще так прикольно.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Сразу в моменте.
Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Incendio! That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Depulsor! Confringo! Revelio! Depulsor! Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Arrest them, Momentum. Fringo! Protego! Defender! Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Arrest them, Momentum. Defender! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Levium!
Ой,
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Arrest them, Momentum. Defender! Glacius! Confringo! Arrest their momentum. Defender! Expelliarmus! Protego! Stupid! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Arrest their momentum. Defender! Glacius! Expelliarmus!
ой, блін.
Confringo! Defender!
Ще на бутилку.
Should think they felt that in London. Revelio! Compulso! Revelio! 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 This must be Sorona's box of letters. should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back. I think that's everything. Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprott.
Oh, thank you.
I wondered about some of...
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from...
I saw a letter from someone named...
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she... especially when it comes to young people. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone...
One of the letters mentions Quidditch.
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team... I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs...
We do. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always... And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the... Well...
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. And for returning this box of letters.
Так, а я вчера хотел всякие штуки.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
Просто там даются вот эти вещи, горшки. Там можно купить сразу 3. Смысл мне покупать по одному горшку, если можно купить сразу набор из 3.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Поэтому коплю еще.
Mine now, Demi, guys.
Там написано, использует сразу 3 боевых растения. Я не знаю, у меня есть вообще. Этого нет, этот есть, этот есть. А, значит, мне надо просто собрать мандрагору. Вот таком.
Oh, how I love good fun.
Up for a bit of dying, are we? You won't get away with that.
Отлично.
Levioso. Expelliarmus. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio. What do you...
Чем мне с ними надо сделать?
Accio. Levioso. Glacius. Accio. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Lumos. Glacius. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Arresto Momentum. Confringo. That's that. Settled. I should investigate. Revelio. Depulso. Confringo. Revelio.
Feels like I've been at this for hours.
Revelio.
А, вот где. Остановили все-таки маги.
Now you should be able to travel to and from Feldcroft in a...
You made it.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way. Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. He thinks he can help Anne, but nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I'm sorry about earlier.
Revelio.
Bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts. and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring. Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Arresto Memento. Repulso. Defender. Confringo. Glacius.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Only good wizard is a dead wizard in my book.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Levioso.
Let's get this over with.
Expelliarmus. Incendio. Protego.
Rubber and white
Vale.
coming back in. No! I will make. I will have my
Confringo. Defendo. Arresto Memento.
You've made your last mistake. Ah, you see,
Defender. Rest on momentum. Incendio. Levioso.
You don't know who you're playing with! I won't. How nice and such arrogance.
Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus.
I won't win.
Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo. Defender.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Revelio. Capulso. Reparo. Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
Revelio.
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's Loyalists. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago.
Revelio.
But that's all I ever heard. It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Revelio.
А это он провидение из прошлого.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor, hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library. I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers. Revelio.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio. Lumos.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about.
Depulso.
Tells me they're after something bigger.
Depulso. Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Тут записки не было.
Revelio. Lumos. A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this. I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to
Lumos.
hold my breath. Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
В смысле, это там, где они же снимаются вроде. Сука, этим понимись.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbutton.
Revelio.
After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Вот эти луны найти. Вообще их не вижу.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Сначала я в саму чеку.
I'd like to open a shop of something myself one day. Glad rates should do for competitions.
The pink medleys will always look upon you as a trusted ally and friend.
And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Второй раз эта девочка появляется, она молчит.
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck. Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. you can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own. Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the Highlands, from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again. We Ravenclaws must stick together.
Oh, hello, Amit. Nice to see you again.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplor. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could.
Amit thinks he knows everything.
I had heard about these odd stone tables out in the Highlands. Perhaps that's what Professor Shaw was talking about.
Professor Shah's just about as cold and distant as the bloody...
Not sure what you can learn from these astronomy tables that you can't learn from a cup of tea leaves.
Что? А, тут еще есть спуск.
Incendio! This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
A pristine night.
The perfect night for...
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
No need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we? The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform.
Revelio.
Something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
Revelio, if you're sure. Accio. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course. It's just not as...
Revelio.
Tidy as I expected.
Incendio!
More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Oh no, not this close to school, I meet. Revelio.
The constellation should appear near the center of your view. I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Revelio.
Students always run when Peevesy wants to have some fun.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus Curse?
What does the Cruciatus Curse do?
It's known as the Torture Curse. Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Aloha, Mora. Fine now, guys. Revelio. Revelio.
Вот, блин, сейчас я опять попытаюсь. То есть это 10, 7. То есть мне надо 7. Вот эту. Сейчас. Это двойка была. Вот. Дальше. 11 плюс 1. Мне надо 2 единорог. Вот. Почему? Я просто не понимаю. Ладно, я сейчас загуглю, потому что я просто не понимаю, почему. Загрузить хоть один сайт. Что? А, тут считается от 0. Лол. То есть вот это 0. А я думал, считается от единицы. То есть тут Не 10, как я думал, а 9. Это странно. Ну ладно. То есть мне надо 3. Значит, мне надо дракон. А тут мне надо, если это 9, 9 плюс 7, 16. 8. Ну, ну вот. Ну, это странно.
Revelio.
Сам бы я бы не додумался. Еще одна. То есть это должна быть сова. Или что это? Морж. Так. 6. 4, 5.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
К северу от Хогвартса. Ладно, это странно.
Revelio.
Shane Bardoff thought dark magic was the answer.
Вот это вроде сундук, который с глазом. Там еще 500 денег нужно собрать.
Accio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Кстати, кому там надо было, может, на животных давать? Это, наверное.
Levioso! Accio! Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Revelio! Levioso! Accio! Levioso!
А еще, кстати, тогда единорога встречал.
Revelio!
Over here, quietly. I am glad that you received my owl. We need to stay low and remain quiet.
Natty, what's going on? Why are we all the way out here?
As promised, I did some investigating to find out what Harlow is up to. I followed him to the Hog's Head. I noticed him reading a letter. All I could see was that it was signed by and bore the seal of Victor Rookwood. And one other thing. Harlow mentioned you to his colleagues. They did not mistake you for someone else, did they?
No, they didn't. Rookwood and Harlow are after me.
Why did you lie to me? And what do they want with a Hogwarts student?
Professor Fig told me to keep things quiet, but I know I can trust you, Natty. Rookwood and Harlow want something Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before I came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know it's a lot to take in.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it's safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us, and we can help to take them down for good. That letter is the tangible proof that Officer Singer needs. It is why I followed Harlow here and why I wrote to you. I need your help to retrieve it.
I'll help you find the letter, Natty.
I'm glad to hear it. First, we must access the castle keep. I'll check the main gate, see if you can find another way in. I do not see any guards, but we should still try to be as quiet as possible. Harlow is here after all.
Revelio. I wonder what that does. That did it. Accio! Revelio. Accio.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Я все равно не достаю.
Revelio.
Бля.
Accio. Depulso.
Или все-таки я должен доставать?
Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Точно его надо.
Revelio.
Блин, вот это вообще круто было.
I need to find a way into the gatehouse to open the gate for Natty. Depulso. Dead end. Must be another way in. That looks as if it might raise the gate. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Depulso. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Accio. Depulso.
А, я понял.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Levioso. Accio. Depulso. Arresto Momentum.
Блин, не понимаю. Что
Accio.
сверху?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Вроде нет.
Levioso. Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Accio. Depulso. Arresto Momentum. Depulso. Arresto Momentum.
Ага, блин, мне надо было просто спать.
Well done. I will be right up. I knew you could do it. This way. I will get the door.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
That is the main keep. My guess is that we'll find Hallow and the letter inside. We'll need to be careful once we get...
I hear them.
Yeah, restrain the beast!
Highwing.
Do you know that hippogriff?
Get these things back to
Very well. New plan. I get the evidence and you free that hippogriff. Agreed? This is our chance. Go!
Blast it! There's gotta be another way to get up to the roof. Somewhere. I hope Natty stays out of trouble.
Wake 'em up. They're here either.
Depulso. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Not the safest place to sneak into.
Тихо, тихо, тихо.
Trevicus Totalis. Revelio. Trevicus Totalis.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Ты можешь с ним убить? А, нет. Все.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. I hope Natty's having an easier time of it.
You're going home in a wooden box! Levioso!
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus.
Had enough yet? No, you can't.
Defender. Confringo. Revelio.
Ну бы. Кстати, вчера или когда выпал пауков, я сетевка сделать комбо из, ну, из 100. И у меня было 99, и просто у пауков закончилось.
Revelio. Revelio. Capulso. Revelio. Revelio. Highwing. It's all right. There we go.
There you are.
Come on.
Hello, amor.
Hurry.
О, а воды кидаура даже какой-то есть.
Oh! There's the
Че и
Hogwarts
поезд меж
Express.
вражки пошли.
Must be returning from an unscheduled run.
I wonder if anyone can see us from the castle.
Реально ж типа в воду упасть? А, нет.
It's incredible, isn't it?
А что будет? Я не могу. Всё-таки.
How exciting.
It was exhilarating, wasn't it? I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive.
There was no need to worry. I had it all under control.
Were you able to find the letter?
Summoned it straight out of Hallow's hands. I will say, I did not expect to see him cast the killing curse at us. He won't forget this. Be on your guard.
Of course. What did the letter say?
That Rookwood's looking for a phoenix. Not sure where he will find one. But it also included Harlow's orders to inspect that castle for the poachers. Enough to connect Harlow to the crimes. I shall deliver the letter to Officer Singer. She'll have to do something when she sees it. Now, tell me, where did you meet these hippogriffs?
I've only met Highwing before. Poppy introduced us.
Poppy Sweeting knows a hippogriff. Of course she does. Poppy will be relieved to know that Highwing's safe. I came to the right person for help. My mother will be worried. I must go. Seek me out soon. I shall have much to tell you.
Away, Highwing! Away! Faster, Highwing!
I have learned of a wizard who is being harassed by Harlow. He may be able to provide the evidence we need to take Harlow down. We should speak with him together. Meet me at his home.
When you have a moment, please stop by the room of requirement. Deke tells me he has something to share with you.
А, вот, я не забыл. А, так я тут рядом с чем-то.
I assume you have news regarding the goblin you mentioned. Why don't we meet at the map chamber to discuss that and our next steps?
Надо за единорогом сразу после этого диалога.
Mr. Bickle.
Ого.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
I pressed Ominous regarding Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium, but my efforts were in vain. Meet me outside the Slytherin common room. We need to talk.
Is this Mr. Bickle's home?
I believe so. He supposedly has evidence against Harlow. We need to speak with him.
Where are you, Archie?
Speaker.
Are you all right? We're looking for Mr. Bickle.
My husband is dead. He killed him.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bickle. Who killed your husband?
Theophilus Harlow. I'm sure of it. He's been threatening my husband for weeks and... Oh, where is my son? Where is Archie?
I don't mean to be grim, but could Harlow have taken him?
Archie's satchel is missing, so he may have left on... I hope he wasn't here when Harlow...
Do you know which way Archie might have gone?
He never wanders far, but I'm afraid to leave.
We'll find your son.
Thank you.
Please do not worry, Mrs. Bickle. Bring Archie home. When I took the letter we found to Officer Singer, she told me about Mr. Bickle. He had been doing the same thing we are, providing Officer Singer with evidence to take down Harlow. I had hoped to speak with him about what we had found, but we were too late.
What did Officer Singer say about the letter you brought her?
She thanked me, but she clearly felt that it was not enough. It is a shame that hippogriffs cannot speak. Your friend Highwing could provide all the evidence against Harlow.
Revelio.
We will need something more. This must be little Archie's hideout that Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Archie? Archie Bickle! He would not have done this to his own hideout. Someone came here looking for him. Revelio may be our only hope of finding out which way he went.
Чё? Ой, извини. Его нельзя взять?
Revelio.
There! Archie's footprints. He went this way. I thought we would have found Archie by now.
I suspect he'll keep running if he's being followed.
If it is Harlow that's pursuing him, I only hope you're right. Men like Harlow would not think twice about killing a child. We must find Archie quickly. Wolves! Prepare for a fight.
Мне надо... Нет, нет, мне не надо бегать. Надо вот так сделать. Оп. Оп. Волновалась.
I hope Archie didn't cross paths with that wolf pack.
Revelio.
We should look around.
Archie's satchel. Why would he leave it behind?
He was likely running from Harlow, distracted. This may be a good time for Revelio again. Archie went this way. I have a bad feeling about this. Harlow must have a reason for pursuing Archie.
I wonder what Archie saw. I hope he didn't see Harlow kill his father.
He would never overcome it.
Revelio.
At least not in any way I can imagine. A fork in the road. We will need Revelio again. Multiple sets of footprints. Oh, Harlow caught up to him here. This is not good. They went this way.
О. Стой, стой.
You can see Kestrels too.
I witnessed death when I was 9. Saw my first Kestrel shortly thereafter. I found comfort in it. I still do. I think those of us who have witnessed death deserve some comfort.
Revelio. I'm sorry you experienced something like that at so young an age.
I was with my father when he died. My mother was away, and I felt quite helpless. It was a long time ago in some ways, but in other ways, it seems like it was only yesterday.
Revelio.
I still see him so clearly.
You must miss him.
My father was a wonderful man. Let us keep moving. We must find Archie.
Taking in children now, are we?
Be on your guard.
Leviosa! Expulso!
Ой-ой-ой.
So, Incendio. Think you're funny? Incendio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Cabalso. Arresto Momentum. Expelliarmus. Accio. Incendio. Revelio.
Она большая. А, это
I
магическая.
did not expect this tent to be so large on the inside. That complicates things a little. Hush now.
You don't think he saw it happen, do you? He's just a child. We should release him. This is the sort of thing...
Trafficus Totalis.
Самого крутого.
Trafficus Totalis.
Ага.
Perhaps it's dinner I'm hearing.
My eyes closer, best.
Oh, try not to make this too easy for me.
Descendo! Glacius. Compulso. Defender. Confringo. Arresto Momentum.
Тонкл.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus.
You're going to regret that.
Accio. Expelliarmus.
Disarm my wand.
Incendio. Accio. Depulso. Defender. Arresto Momentum. Confringo. Revelio.
I need your help.
Archie. Archie Bickle.
How do you know who I am?
Your mother sent us to find you.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Not too loud, Archie.
Sorry.
We need to get this open.
Aloha Mora.
A man called Harlow. He killed my father.
We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it. But first we need to get you home to your mother.
Thank you for saving me.
We wouldn't have it any other way, Archie. Now let's get you home. We know a safe way back.
Oh, Archie, you're here! Oh, you're you're safe.
Mother? Oh, Mother! Father's friends are in danger. I heard the people who took me talking about them.
Which friends, darling?
Mr. and Mrs. Rabe, Mr. Filbert, and I think they also said Otto's name.
Oh, I shall speak with them.
Revelio.
Run inside.
Yes, Mother.
Your husband's friends may be in danger.
Just as he was.
How can we help?
You've done enough. My husband was a powerful wizard and couldn't defeat Harlow. The last thing we need is that monster coming after you.
We don't want to worry you. I'm sorry again about your husband, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Archie home. I can never repay the two of you for your kindness.
Not to worry, Mrs.
Revelio.
My father used to say that rain does not fall
Aloha,
on one
Mora.
roof alone. We are I must learn more about Mr. Bickle's friends and why Harlow is after them. You'll be hearing from me as soon as I know something. Thank you for your help today.
What do we have here? A demiguise. Revelio. Mine now, demiguise.
Крутится. О.
What are you up to now?
Перепутал. Да нет, вроде.
Revelio.
Странно, она должна быть тут. Террор в другом месте.
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing tentacular.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots. Wonderfully done! If you...
Accio. Flipendo. Glacius. Flipendo. Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Sirona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Sirona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did
Вот
being
связаны два
Muggle-born.
диалога.
I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Короче, не знаю, в чем боль на игру. Некоторых.
You're here. Brilliant.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way. Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance.
Lumos.
There he is. Good luck.
Revelio.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other 5th years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that?
He did. We were talking about Hogwarts founders and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
That's a bit unnerving. I suppose even if it might lead to answers about what happened to your aunt, it does pose a risk.
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory, get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait. I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian, over here.
These brave
Revelio.
Access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? You wouldn't tell me when
Confringo!
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear.
Revelio.
Opening the entrance has something to do with...
Confringo!
Well, 3 heads are better than 1.
It's 2 heads are better than 1.
And by that logic, 3 is better than 2. Simple mathematics, of course. Something's happening.
I hope we're ready for this.
Confringo! Reparo! Lumos!
Looks like a locked door. We may want to look around. The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear.
A journal entry, signed by Noctua Gaunt.
The voice is ancient.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I'd like to be able to talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak past the tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous, you possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the 2 of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the 2 of us?
Never mind.
Revelio.
There's no clear way forward.
Incendio.
Like a maze. Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
The door we came from, it closed. And there's more than 1 gate ahead.
Places. Look closely at each gate for clues.
Lumos. The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it.
Выйти.
That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
Flipendo! Lumos. This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Получилось. А, там, наверное, на двери был код.
Matching the symbols did open it.
Was about to do that myself.
Lumos.
But you got to it first. Nice work.
Птичка.
We've got more to solve ahead.
Revelio.
Search each corridor.
Lumos.
It may not be obvious which leads where.
Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian.
This is looking rather dire, isn't it?
You sound surprised. We're in a maze designed by Salazar Slytherin. That sounded promising.
Lumos. Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
Another. Not the welcoming sort, was he? Excellent work. We're another step closer to the
Incendio.
scriptorium.
Ominous. Your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did.
Lumos.
She was my favorite person in the world for it.
I spotted something ahead. Looks troubling.
This whole place is troubling, but for my aunt's sake, we cannot stop now.
The gate! I think we're locked in. Again!
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
Вот.
Flipendo.
Чё, я не нажимал прям. Успокойся. А, надо будет в кого-то
Ominous.
использовать.
A skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door and Crucios etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous. I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture. I would know.
Sebastian told me a little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. and one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spells the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus Curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
I want to learn the curse, but I won't cast it on you. You need to cast it on me.
I shan't forget this.
Нормально.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you all right?
That pain, it was excruciating. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving.
We made it. We found...
I can't believe we're here.
Sebastian, Ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead.
Revelio.
Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
Нормально, всего лишь 1000 лет. Стоял.
Revelio. What do you think?
Looks like a spellbook of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
Revelio.
Let's find a way out, please.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never have made it this far.
We were lucky. We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
I see a way out.
Best news I've heard all day.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Yeah.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Rebellion.
Мне надо вернуться в этот. Я так единорога не забрал.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Сейчас, подожди. Хотя, может, он мне что-то скажет.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that. Deke has had a thought. He... Seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
Релана. Sorry.
Mind you, don't turn quick. If you're stuck with a Duracle feather, it doesn't half hurt.
Hello.
Welcome to Brood and Peck. The lot of it was bought up by a trader in Ottery St. Catchpole. Mate, apparently had a bad Must have been someone from America. Anyway, what are you here for? Mooncar fur? Duracle? Always have trouble collecting them myself as the bird keeps disappearing. Used to carry them in the shop, but people kept asking for their money back when they'd get home. And
I can imagine that would be rather frustrating.
there's worse. Trust me. Most of the... Not surprising, I suppose.
Sounds like stocking.
Truer words. Used to carry beasts themselves. Good. Not my fault if the little ones caught a flea of an easel. And I do like to make sure the beasts are safe and well kept. Now, why don't you have a good look around? Always best to pop in whenever you can to get things before they run out.
Thank you, I will.
Take all the time you need.
What do you have for sale?
Now, what sorts of beast byproducts might you be looking to acquire? I don't mind selling things for certain clients. You know where to find me.
А вот единорога самое дорогое. И еще дроморога. И гипогрифа. Есть.
I'll not mind seeing you here again. Consider yourself welcome.
Я могу у нее кого-то сорвать? Нюхлера. Нет. А вот Вупер. Надо продать вещи. Сначала одеть.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself.
Прикольно.
I'd say that looks as if it was made for you.
Хотя нет. Мне, кстати,
I'd say that looks as if it was made for you.
какого-то знака вот этот древней магии.
I've heard that our dear Clementine drew you into her butterfly escapades. Unusual girl. Still, it takes all sorts. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Надо вот это купить.
Well, hello there. Come in, look around, and if you've been eating chocolate frogs, please refrain.
Двойной средний горшок.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Let's look at what we have, shall we?
двумя большими горшками. А вот я хотел с средними тоже.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Так, где там? Кажется, в лесу это. А, вот. Как раз по заданию. Вот.
Don't you fret, Biscuit. I shall sort something out.
Hello?
Most decidedly, yeah. But I tried to fight back.
I'm sorry about your...
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. Oh, my poor Biscuit.
I'll keep an eye out.
How kind. If you do keep an eye out for her. And there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garnuff's moon calf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
Стой.
Levioso.
Да, блин, я запутался.
No need to be difficult.
Accio. Levioso.
Professor Howard.
Revelio.
Poachers. Garnuff was right then. Protect to be careful.
Let's play trickster and prey, shall we?
Что?
So very.
Flipendo.
Oh, what's the line?
Incendio.
Reductor. You're not going to.
Incendio.
Capringo! Stop that!
Levioso.
Accio. Expelliarmus. Incendio.
I won't go down as easy. You'll feel that tomorrow.
Findo.
You laughed that long.
Arresto momentum.
You haven't got a prayer.
Compulso.
Redactor.
Findo. Confringo. Flipendo.
Redactor.
Glacis. Accio. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Now then, which one of you is Biscuit? Revelio.
Так а как мне понять?
Accio.
Ты?
Do cooperate, won't you? Levioso. There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Это она была? Нет.
Revelio.
Ну, коричневая. Ты?
Everything's all right now. Reparo. Revelio.
That curiosity young people tend to nurture never ends well.
Flipendo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Incendio. Aloha Mora.
А, может он? Нет. Стоять.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Revelio. Glacis. Flipendo. Glacis. I'll look after you. Revelio.
О, вот.
Glaciers. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garniff, shall we?
You can't stop us.
Или может.
When are you going to give up?
Reparo.
Ой, ой.
What have you done? I won't rest. I'll saw death.
Accio. Incendio.
That was unimpressive.
Кстати, еще новое заклинание.
But this is sad. Really, it is.
Expelliarmus. Glacius. Crucial. Flipendo. Accio. Incendio.
I shall avenge your
Expelliarmus. Levioso.
Release me!
Glacius. Flipendo. Depulso. Defendo. You've one less follower, Ranrock. Revelio. Depulso. This must be Tobbs's cave. I suppose I should head inside. Incendio! Tobbs's master is awful. Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Capulso. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Defendo. Capulso. as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave. Flipendo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Revelio! Incendio! Crucio! Glacius! Flipendo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Defendo! Confringo! Arresto momentum! Defendo! Confringo! Crucio! Glacius! Flipendo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Accio! Confringo! Defendo! Confringo! Defendo! Incendio! Expelliarmus!
Wait.
Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Crucio. Flipendo. Glacius. Levioso. Accio. Expelliarmus.
Блин.
Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Accio.
Это жесть.
Glacius. Incendio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Defendo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Levioso. Crucio. Glacius.
Сейчас просто.
Flipendo. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Defendo. Arresto momentum. Flipendo. Crucio. Glacius. Accio. Expelliarmus.
Такой звук
There's a
неприятный, когда
victory
он
that
темную
came on
магию
too soon.
использует.
Ugh.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Depulso.
Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs. Poor Tobbs. Left here alone with the spiders.
Revelio. Depulso.
That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave.
Revelio. Glacis. Accio. Levioso.
Now,
Accio. Levioso.
Professor Howard will never believe.
Oh, my dear biscuit.
Garneth,
You have!
Biscuit is fine, as am I.
Oh, mercy. I cannot wait to get her.
I'm glad she's safe.
Oh, that is a Oh, my sweet little biscuit. As I said before, you've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
I'm back from the...
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
А, ой.
Revelio.
Она такое маленькое, все так прикольно выглядит. камушки сделать. Ой. Ха-ха. Еще одну. А. Что у нас тут? А, вот меч для всех. Цель. Ой, чего? Погнали. Пошли в разнос. Блин, надо тогда туда тоже меч. А, он скрывается. Фениксы. У меня будет феникс. Погнали. В смысле, так я же покупал. А, это не то. Тут оно должно быть.
I don't have anything for this at the moment.
Ладно, буду я пока офить.